And when you're on boards, it's interesting. It's nearly all the same. What do we discuss on boards? We're discussing investments, loans, legal stuff, more investments, manipulation of money, and all kind of things. We never discuss the very thing that makes money. We discuss money, but we don't discuss what makes money. And we say the product. It's not really, the product's not really true that it makes money. I get back to that. So it is fascinating to me that every board, the thinking of everybody, I can refer to easy 30 companies here just by my board connection, other than thinking, working, consulting with others. The thinking is the same. There is no concentration what makes money, what brings the money. The money comes in from the market, from the customer. Period. If that is true, I should be somehow concentrating on the customer, or whatever you call them, patient, customer, parishioner, I don't care what you call them. So if I say customers or guests and so on, it's all the same. So how does it really look? How does a great company really look? Okay, over there, imagine a lot of people over there. This is your market or your potential market. There's also a lot of people over here. Those are your employees. That's it. So if I am a great company, no matter what I produce, if I'm a hotel company or a legal company, a hospital company, a car company, a hardware store, a shoe store, it doesn't matter. I should know what these people over there, that's the market, expect from my product. And what do they expect ideally from what I am doing and producing? It's not what I think, it's what they think. So once I know that, and it's the opinion about your mother-in-law really doesn't count. It's the market as a whole that counts. That's what they expect from me. And there are much more expectation than just the product. I can tell you that. But by the way, those things have all been studied and surveyed. So if anybody says, oh, you're just repeating some Baldrige stuff, you're right, okay? You're right. I have been blamed for that. So that's not secret. I believe in that zealously. So I want to know what they want. And what I'm going to have to do next is I have to make sure my other people over here know, my employees know clearly what they expect from us. Every employee knows that's what they expect from us. When I'm facing them, that's what they really want from me. That, by the way, is called alignment. Everybody, there's several words right now in every company. Alignment, oh wow, that's a big word now. Empowerment, another big word. I mean, when you ask them really what it is, they're kind of stupid answers. That's alignment, to make sure that the employees understand. Now that I have that in place, okay, here are the employees, and here they are my customers, we now know what they want. What does management do now? Management create, behind everything they want, processes. How I'm going to accomplish what they want here? They want to feel good. Well, what's my process to make them feel good? And so on, so on, so on. So they want the water that I'm selling to be in small bottles. So I make, whatever it is, I make sure I have processes to deliver that defect-free. That's how it works. And now, okay, so now so management creates processes, systems, controls, and measurements to be sure they're getting what they want from me. Now, leadership, though, and there's a key new element here. Leadership creates an environment where those employees here want to do what they expect, not have to do. Not have to do, they want to do it. Now I'm getting toward having a great company. I have my processes in line. I understand the processes. I understand to make sure I continuously improve those processes. My employees want to do it. In fact, they want to be sure the process is right, and so on. That's how simple it is. Now, that leadership, so leadership, I mean, there's another word that everybody uses, and you think a manager is a leader. A manager is not a necessary leader at all. At all. They manage, but they don't lead. So I want to express that. So we understand that is what I want to accomplish. I want to have a whole organization that wants to do, that knows what they want. Now I'm aligned, and they have all bought in, and the leader has created an environment where they want to do it. And I will discuss how the leader has done that, how the leader has done that, and how the leader creates that organization. That's kind of, you know, we have to, first of all, okay, the market over there, what do they want? They all have the same expectations. I didn't figure that out. That has been studied. When they buy something, for example, I will give you some more expectations. When they buy something, no matter what and where, subconsciously, they have the same expectations. What is that? No matter what they buy, hospital stay, or a bottle of water, or a car, it doesn't matter. The same expectations. In Africa, in Germany, in Philadelphia, in China. So you have to know what, so I have to know what the market expects from me. So what do they expect? They're expecting, and here accepted subconsciously, that has been studied, they're expecting 3 things no matter what they're buying. Number 1, not in that order. Number 1, they want the product to be defect-free. Let's say they buy a bottle of water. You don't want anything to swim in there. That is a subconscious expectation that they have, that it is clear, that it is right. So the product has to be right. So I have to have processes to make sure my product is right. Number 2, timeliness. You want everything in time. By the way, that is extremely important, because if you don't listen, please listen, this is unbelievably important. If you don't deliver in time, they will not trust you. Oh, wow. Remember that. They will not trust you. Number 3, what they expect is caring, that you care for them and respect them. Those are the 3 expectations that you have. Now, once I know that, I will say, okay, how do I make sure, what process do I need, make sure that my product is defect-free? I went to my people after we were a few years in business already, and I saw in our pilot hotel, which was the Ritz-Carlton Manala Pen in Palm Beach, which is not the Ritz-Carlton anymore. That was a little kind of a pilot hotel, because in the seasons, it had the most demanding customers. People from New York. It's true. And they had a right to demand, because we charged high prices. They should be demanding high. But we studied that, and in 1,000 occupied rooms, we had 46 room complaints. There were little things, like a bulb was burned out, or a TV changer was burned out. There was a spot somewhere, something. So I said to my team, okay, I want you to. We created a team. Our head of housekeeping, our head of engineering, a maid, and a maintenance person, and we said, figure out how we will have 0 complaints, where we have 0 defect in that area. So with other words, look at the process. We created a team to look at it. And it took us well over a year, and finally, and they all said, Horst, come on, it's impossible. Bulbs burn out. Batteries die. It's something they opened, closed, they opened the curtain last time and broke. We don't know it's broken. That happens. So I said, come on, 0 defect is not possible. He said, I don't care. I want you to figure it out. Zero defect. Because that's what they expect. I have to find a process that gives zero defect in a product. After over a year and trying all kinds of things, they came back and we got it. I said, okay, don't bullshit me. Because I thought it was impossible. I just want to get there. And sure enough, they got it. And we introduced a process which we called CARE. I don't want to get bad of it. And sure enough, that process, CARE, clean and repair everything. We went into every room, cleaned and repaired everything every 3 months. We knew when to change the bulbs. We had a guarantee from Sylvania at the time for the bulbs, how long they will last. We changed them all, and the deal was if one of them burns out before that, they will replace the whole hotel. The same thing we did with everything. We knew. It took a long time to find the answer, but we found zero defect. We had to deliver that in the room. And guess what? The pilot was on the end. We had one complaint in 10,000 occupied rooms. One defect in 10,000 occupied rooms. That is 6 Sigma, basically, close to it. So we worked on that. We worked, of course, on the timeliness. We knew the time that we could not have people wait too long on the front desk. We worked on timeliness, on everything, deliveries, answering messages, everything, timeliness. And we worked on caring. And here's the thing. There are 3 types of customers. The dissatisfied customer, or patient, or whatever you call them, who are potential terrorists against you and your company. Because they go onto the social networking, they're terrorists. They're the dissatisfied ones. Then they're the satisfied ones. They're not yours. They go next door if there's a better deal. And then they're the loyal ones who want to deal with you. Why are they loyal? I mean, everybody talk, loyal customer. Even in the board, they say, we have to make sure loyal customers. If there is a discussion and you say, why are they loyal? What is loyalty? Loyalty is nothing else, guys, because they trust you. That's all what loyalty, customer loyalty is. They develop trust in you. Why do they develop trust in you? Remember, what do they want? No defect, timeliness, and caring, service. They want you to care for them. And guess what is the driver of loyalty? The caring piece, not the product. Oh, I'm going to be loyal to them now because they have nothing but swimming in a bottle of water. It's ridiculous. Product does not create loyalty, period. 70% of the overall market, 70% say, I will buy your product if you take good care of me. In other words, you care for me and you give me good service. I will buy your product even if I know I can buy the same product next door for less. Oh, whoa, that's how important service and caring is. And it creates loyalty. Now, here's the even more fascinating thing. 80% of the millennials say so. How can I ignore that? When my total market soon is millennials. I have to make sure, if they take it so serious to take care of them, then I better have to know, what am I going to do? What process do I have to do that they feel I take care of them? I have to know that. You know, it just is unavoidable. In life, you cannot deal life really without having purpose. You cannot run a company without having a clearly defined vision, even though nearly all companies are run without it. Or they have a vision, somebody in the office has a vision, but nobody knows. It's a secret. And so I zealously believe that you cannot run a company. Ritz-Carlton was run, we started Ritz-Carlton. When we started Ritz-Carlton, we said, I didn't need a job at the time. I worked for Hyatt. I had golden handcuffs, had everything, but I was offered to start this new company operationally. And I started dreaming, what would be my vision? My vision would be to create the finest hotel company in the world. Be known as the finest hotel company in the world. That's why I left the job for a dream. I left all my stuff behind, friend, gold handcuff, everything left behind, went there. You can't live without a vision. You have to have purpose in life. What's the purpose that you have as a company? I mean, ours was very clearly, when I started Capella, we will create the finest service organization in the world. And it is. 2 months ago, I think, there was the annual convention of classic hotels. If the hotel person here wasn't 2 months, I don't know exactly, it could be 6 weeks, could be 9 weeks, I don't know exactly when it was in Wisconsin. I spoke all to these classic top hotels of the United States, and in front of me was a speaker. She talked about where the hotel industry is going. And she said, everything changed. You have to understand, everything. There's nothing that hasn't changed. High tech and blah, blah, blah. She kept on talking about the change. I'm telling you, I was sitting there. After a while, I was looking for a hook to pull her off the stage. But she finished her stage, and when I came on next to speak, and nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing. The key element that I try to explain to you right now, caring. I guarantee you, 2,000 years ago, people wanted to be respected and honored as human beings. And today, they want to be respected and honored as human beings. And in 2,000 years from now, they still want to be respected. And that's the key of saying, I respect you, I care for you, you are important to me. How do we say that? In every impact, every moment of interaction, if it is on a telephone, on a computer, or wherever, any moment of interaction with a customer or with a patient, how do we say to them, I care for you? There has to be a question, not just the delivery, not just how you making sure that the guy that leaves the hospital is wheeled out on a wheelchair. As long as what do we do? Now, have you ever taught the people that roll the patients out when they leave to their car, the last impression, the last relationship? Have you ever taught them what conversation to have on the way out? Have you taught them to say, thank you for using our hospital? Have you taught them to say, we are glad that you used us. We are proud that we had the honor to serve you. Have you taught them anything like that? Or are they just rolling them out and they say on the way out, did you find the same that I do? This hospital sucks. What do you know what they're saying? It is relationship. See, that's the relationship part. It goes back to it's relationship. Let me ask you something. What is your high intent, human high intent? What do you want to accomplish with anybody that enters your hospital? What's your high intent? Well, I can tell you, our high intent was anybody that walks into a hotel, anybody will walk out here wanting to come back and wanting to recommend us. So in other words, and every employee knew that, your number one objective is to keep the customer. Not to check them in, but through your checking in, convince them they want to come back. Through your washing dishes, convince them to come back. Every employee knew that. They knew that. By the way, I get back to that, I'm sorry. So everybody knew that. That was our high intent. Our high intent to become the best in the world, but with everybody that walks in to convince them they want to come back, and we taught the pieces how to do that. We knew from there on, once I understood this thing, guys, I worked with behavioral analysts in the University of Colorado, University of Frankfurt. Everything that we looked at behaviorally and saw with human beings we worked on, we answered, we found the answers and said, okay, that's what they want. So then of course I had to say, how do I accomplish those things? How do we accomplish that we have high intent in every location that we care, that every single employee cares for everybody, not only in Atlanta where I was, but in Boston, in Shanghai, in Berlin, in Sharm el-Sheikh, in Jamaica, in Bali. How do I make sure? It doesn't matter. In Osaka, it doesn't matter where. How do I make sure that in every location they care, we care? So we looked at the process how to accomplish that. And I can talk, okay, what's a great company? Great company understands what the customer wants. And a great company really, in my opinion, does 4 things. Bear with me here. 4 things you do. And you have to really concentrate. What do I have to do about those 4 things? Number 1, and it cannot be encroached on by the customer. By the number 2, 3, and 4. Number one of the 4 things. It's the most important. It has to be intact no matter what else you do is. Number 1, what you want to do to make sure that every customer wants to come back and wants to recommend you. Anybody make contact with. Number 1. Number 2, you have, as a great company, you have systems to find new customers. Your promotion's on. Number 3, you get as much money as you can from each customer. Number 4, you work efficiently. Efficiently. Now, we could discuss 2, 3, and 4 for a long time here, but I will stay with number 1. Efficiency, by the way, doesn't mean cost cutting. You, in your business, I have experienced that. I've worked with hospitals before, so I'm a little bit connected, okay? You are very good in cost cutting, but not so good in efficiency. Efficiency is if I keep on giving you what you want, but I'm looking through my processes, how I do it as cheap as possible, but you still get exactly what you want. I'm not taking away anything from you. I'm becoming excellent in my delivery, in my processes. I take time, mistakes, because every time I make a mistake, it costs me more money and time. If I limited the mistakes, like the mistakes we limited in Manala Pen and finally in the whole company, we save millions and we improve the product. That's efficiency. To be the leader in the world, that was our vision. That's why we went to work every day. I didn't go to work to work. I went to work and we tried to make sure that listen please, that every employee doesn't come to work, but comes here for a purpose, for a high intent, to create excellence. So that was our vision. We were committed to that vision. Commit. And then we initiated the steps that gets you to that vision. And then we kept focus on it. We kept focus on it. I get back to that. That's the model of leadership, by the way. I'll get back to that. So it was the vision to be the very best. So if I want to be the very best in Shanghai, and I'm here, what I'm going to do? So because it's people, it's all people. Who expresses the caring? The human beings. Oh, we have to do it on computer and so on. It has to be done right. But however, human beings, in particular in your business. So I have to do the right selection of human beings. Select. We didn't hire anymore. We selected people. And we invited them to join our beautiful vision of where we want to be. Join us. Don't come to work for us. Join us in something beautiful. There, we have a beautiful dream. Join us in that dream. And then we said, by the way, if we accomplish this dream to be the best in the world, you will be defined as a person of excellence. You are then in that moment defined as somebody excellent. And you help defining us as being the best in the world, but you will define yourself. If we accomplish this vision, we will grow, and you will have opportunity. You will be respected. You will be honored. You will be making more money. Everything. So we make sure we connected them to the vision and consequently gave them purpose. Once you hire them, once you select them, once you tell them, join me, what happens next in the orientation? I can tell you what happens in half of you in the orientation. I say half, so nobody feel addressed here. So you're not mad with me. Look here, I could make a nice, beautiful speech and say how wonderful you all are. I wouldn't be able to give you something that way, okay? I mean, and I do respect you all in healthcare. I mean that. I sincerely mean it. What an honor what you're doing. What an honor to help people that really need help. I know that. I couldn't make a speech around that. But since you're here, I think that doesn't mean I will give you anything. So forgive me if you feel a little bit addressed here. So I have a vision. Now you're orient. And here's what happens in your orientation. Here I'm insulting you again. In your orientation, here's what happened. The new nurse comes in, Susie. And what you're going to do, you're giving her the rules and regulations. Here are our rules. Here's our handbook. Here's the papers to fill out. Here's this you're going to do. And there you are now. Now after that, you make the famous team speech. We're a team here. We are family. Oh, a team. What's a team? A team is a group of people who have a common objective and help each other to that objective. But you're not giving the objective. You're just saying people, we're a team. And Susie, the new nurse. And after you finish with the team speech, what you're going to do? You say, work with Annabelle. She knows the ropes. Suddenly you're in the rope business. So we turn over Susie, or whoever she was, to Annabelle. She's there. She knows the rope. She's already here 9 years. Work with her. And on the way to the back area, Annabelle tells Susie, this company sucks. This is her orientation. And then you have expectations of her. You cannot, because she's not part of you. She can only be part of you if you join your common objectives that has value to her. Otherwise, it is impossible. It's always the result of high intent and hard work. If my intent is 5, I will never, ever reach an 8, period. That's why the vision has to be a dream that you offer people and yourself, that you go for work for, that is of value to all concerned. But you have to ask yourself, is my vision, when you establish yourself the vision, you have to ask, not just answer it easily, but agonize, is this vision good for the investors? Without the investors, you have nothing. Is this vision good for the investors? If the answer is yes, write down why it's good for the investors. Next, is it good for the customer, the patient? Write down why. Next, is it good for every employee? Write down why. Next, is it good for society as a whole? Why? And if it is true that your vision is good for all concerned, in that moment you have no right to compromise it. Period. Now, really get me here. It's not about you anymore. It's about them. You want human beings who want to do the job. You cannot have human beings by hiring them for a function, like the chair is fulfilling a function. You can only have human beings that want to join you if they joined you and you give them purpose and belonging. You have to commit yourself and the rest of them to it. You cannot compromise. You have to initiate a step, and you don't compromise. You keep on going. Because if you compromise, you're going against your investors, you're going against the customer, you're going against the employee, and you're going against society. Good luck. Thank you very much. You gave me the sign to finish. Thank you.